Unfortunately, the world too will pay the price for China's criminal negligence. The International Monetary Fund has made some dire predictions. The worst recession in almost 100 years. That's what awaits us at the end of this tunnel. The IMF chief has said that the coronavirus could trigger the worst fallout since the 1930s Great Depression. And this will happen before 2020 ends, that is this year. This pandemic will soon turn the global economic growth sharply negative. And the crisis it'll trigger will carry on till next year. The IMF says it sees only partial recovery in 2021. The picture of the social and economic impact of this pandemic is getting bleaker.
There is no question that 2020 will be exceptionally difficult. If the pandemic fades in the second half of the year, thus allowing a gradual lifting of containment measures and reopening of the economy, our baseline assumption is for a partial recovery in 2021.
170 countries, let me repeat that, 170 countries will experience negative per capita income growth this year. And the developing nations will be the hardest hit. Countries that function on international borrowing, countries that need billions of dollars in foreign aid, countries that already have high debts to pay. These will be the worst sufferers. The IMF says that investors have already moved $100 billion in capital from such countries, despite the fact that their governments can only cover a portion of the costs of their own. This is where the IMF says it will step in. The International Monetary Fund will lend up to $1 trillion in the months ahead. The IMF has doubled its emergency funding for 90 countries. This fund will now be $100 billion for 90 countries that are in urgent need of money. $100 billion, though, will not be enough. Here is what the IMF is suggesting then. Countries like China, which have given big loans to others, should stop collecting debt payments. That's the least that China can do after what it has subjected the world to. But will it agree? China is busy trying to turn this pandemic into a business opportunity. Will it waive off loans? Will it extend deadlines? Will it start by answering questions and opening itself up to international scrutiny? We all know the answer to these questions. Here's what's happening, though. The United Nations Security Council is holding a meet tonight on the coronavirus. A resolution, let me tell you, looks highly unlikely, but at least it's a start. We'll keep track for you.